السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وبعد. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are studying the Islamic laws that govern the financial transactions, governing the trade, the selling and the buying. And lately we have been discussing the prohibition of two sales, two transactions in one. And today, inshallah Rabbil Alameen, I just want to cover few more points on the same subject, so inshallah we can move to some other subject. I would like to read those hadith and to show that the quote which says the prohibition of ولا شرطان في بيع, and no two conditions in one sale. Okay, that literally means the same thing as no two transaction in one, and will present the proof. And the other thing which also confused the people, because we mentioned that al-Salam is allowed in Islam. Anybody is not familiar with al-Salam, al-Salaf? Anybody?
I am not.
You are not? Okay. al-Salam or al-Salaf, I did not send you a copy. I should send you a copy. It's in English.
Okay.
al-Salam, al-Salaf is to pay the full price in advance for a commodity or a service to be delivered on a later time based on knowing all the specifics of the deal. Okay, so al-Salam, salam from taslim, from submitting, from handing, from paying in advance. So a person, and we mentioned that, inshallah, I will forward to you the paper on that. It's called al-Salam or al-Salaf. al-Salam from taslim, salaf from loan. So it is to pay the full price in advance, and the main word is the full price for a commodity or a service to be delivered on a later time after you agreed on the type, on the dimensions, on all the specifics, and of course on the date. And regardless if the person you are buying from him the commodity or the service has the product or does not have it at the time of conducting the sale, what matters that you pay the full price in advance and it will be delivered on a later time. And the commodity itself, it is not a specific item but a specific kind. Anybody doesn't know the difference between a specific item and a specific kind?
No, I mean, if it's a car, then it's any of the Toyota Corollas as opposed to a white Toyota Corolla with tinted, the specific car.
Specific, you know or you do not know?
No, I'm saying that's how I understand it, that it could be any of the Toyota controller Corollas.
Yeah, do not know.
I did not hear anything.
Yeah, Sheikh, if you don't mind to elaborate. I don't think all of us are on the same page on this.
Okay. we say a specific item and a specific kind. Specific item, this is the pen. Okay, this is a specific item. You said, I want you to sell me this pen, and you do not own this pen. It's under no control or anything else. I'll show you a house. Okay, specific item, specific this house. Okay, say, do you own this house? No. Do you know who owns this house? Maybe, maybe not. But I want you to sell me this house. This is specific what? Item. Good? So far so good?
Yes.
Okay. Now specific kind, I'll show you this pen. Okay. It's a big pen. Big. It's a black. It has this hole. It has this one. You know the specifics of that. And I say I want 10,000 of those pen. Good? To be delivered. Yeah. You do not have them. Doesn't matter you have them or not. I said, okay, I want to buy from you 10,000 pens. How much are these? They said 10,000 for $1,000. Good? Yes. Okay. I'll deliver it to you in 6 months. Now I'll give you in hand, in advance, the $1,000, and I expect July the 1st, the delivery of those 10,000 big pens, black pens. Good?
Yes.
Everybody with me on the same page? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes. The silence means yes.
The time was okay. Okay. I thought that's only for marriage.
Yeah, I guess we have another situation here then.
Okay. So this hadith, we're going to read. Some people, if they read it on their own, or they read the wrong explanations, they might get confused. So let's read the hadith, and then inshallah Rabbil Alameen will go there. This hadith is narrated by Imam al-Tirmidhi and others, and the chain is Hasan, and the hadith is Sahih. That's why Imam al-Tirmidhi says, وَهَذَا حَدِيثٌ حَسَنٌ صَحِيح. Hasan, because the chain itself stands on its own merits, it's Hasan, and because of its origin and supported by others, it is called Sahih. And the hadith reads, عن Abdullah bin Amr ibn al-As رضي الله عنهما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يحل سلف ولا بيع ولا شرطان في بيع ولا ربح ما لم يضمن ولا بيع ما ليس عندك. Beautiful, beautiful hadith. It says عن عبد الله on the authority of Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, may Allah be pleased with him and his father, that the messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, the proviso. Have you heard this word, the proviso, before? Anybody?
No.
Okay. Proviso, it means it's P as in Peter, R-O-V-I-S-O. A proviso, a condition asked as part of an agreement. Okay. A proviso of a loan combined with a sale is not allowed. It is not allowed. It is not halal. لا يحل. And we explain that. I'll give you a loan, on the condition that you sell me your car, you do this for me, and this and that. We explain that. A loan combined with a sale
Sheikh, can I ask a question here?
Yes.
Sheikh, the condition, so the conditions we discussed was, with dual sale. Could there be another condition that would be allowed? I mean, because
Could you, Habib, keep your
sorry.
mouth a little bit far from the phone, because I'm not getting anything.
Is this better?
Let me hear you.
So with the conditions we discussed was in dual sales context. Could there be conditions that so this is meaning any condition with the sale?
Okay. Let's first, could we let me just finish reading the hadith,
Sure.
and then inshallah I'll come back to you. Okay. So the hadith reads, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said what? لا يحل سلف ولا بيع. سلف وبيع. It is not allowed to combine salaf with a sale. Good? So far?
No.
And ولا شرطان في بيع. And it is not halal, it is not lawful to have two conditions in one sale. Because this is, somebody is explaining as what? I'm going to buy this can of soda on the condition that it must be cold and it must be delivered to my house. So, oh, these are two conditions, and this is not allowed. This is not intended in any way, shape, or form. Otherwise, all of our trades will be questionable. Okay, and we'll see what condition. ولا شرطان في بيع, and no conditions in one. It means no transaction in one, and we'll still quote the hadith which says that. ولا ربح ما لم يضمن, and it is not allowed to profit from what you do not guarantee. Okay, ولا ربح ما لم يضمن. The second, or the third, ولا بيع ما ليس عندك, and it is not halal, it is not allowed to sell what is not with you. Okay, not in your position. Good so far? Okay, now go back to your question and tell me, let me see, what do you want to know?
I was actually asking whether any condition in a sale would be prohibited, but I kind of lost a little bit of your explanation there, so I'm not sure if that question is relevant anymore. So the hadith is saying, so the sale of bay salaf and salam are when we decide something and it's paid later. Is that how you explained it?
When we buy something, and delivered later.
Delivered later. Yeah. Okay, so we paid right now, and then it is delivered.
We pay in full, in advance, and the item will be delivered on a later time.
And so in that case, and again, I'm sorry, I missed a little bit of your.
We are here to study.
So in that case, no conditions can be stipulated. Is that how it goes, or it's only that a couple of conditions are not stipulated? So I have to have the possession before I sell it. So the seller has to have the possession before he sells it.
No, I'm going to explain that for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's why بيع السلم here we are going to say بيع ما ليس عندك, because بيع السلم, as we explained it earlier with you, and we sent you the paper, بيع السلم, it is not required for you to have the item at the time of the sale. And we answered how we buy over Amazon, over this, over that. Okay, so when I'm paying in advance the full price, in advance the full price, not in installments, for the commodity or the service to be delivered on a later time, it is not required for the transaction to be halal, for the seller to have the commodity in his position. It does not require that he owns it. Good? Good so far?
No.
طيب. That's why we distinguished between a specific item and a specific kind. If it is about a specific item, as we're going to explain, there is no way under the sun, and that is where all these so-called Islamic finance lay the trap. They made you sign the contract that you bought everything before anything happens. Okay? If it's a specific item, nobody is allowed to sell it until after what we explained it many times, until after they own it and it is in their possession. And they are able to what? To deliver it.
Right.
Good?
So in this word, just to get that right, let's say that I looked at a picture of a car, and it is a certain color. I looked at that picture, and I say, I want this car, this very picture, and the person says, okay, I don't have it. You give me the money now, and I will get you that car. That would be haram.
No.
Because I mean, I asked for that specific car now.
Okay. A specific car or a specific car or a specific descriptions?
No. I said that I want this very car that I see a picture of.
This very car, no. He has to own it 100%, and has to be in his position 100%, and has to be able to deliver it. That's why we used to say the term, it has to be it has to be free of all any attachment, financial attachment or any other attachment. So when you buy it from him, said, here is the car, take it. Get it?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
We do not have to touch anything.
No, it's good. I mean, so there is no difference between Bay al-Salam and Bay al-Salaf?
It is the same word. It's the same word.
No.
Because salaf, like a salaf al-salih. What does it mean, a salaf al-salih?
Earlier.
Yes, the earlier. Which means what?
It paid earlier, paid at the time.
Earlier. And Bay al-Salam
is completely finished, complete, the transaction done.
Same thing. That means to advance something. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? Just let me see quickly. Let me send it again for everybody. Just give me a second, please.
Yeah.
But anyway, the purpose we are quoting this hadith with these two different wordings because people should not misunderstand it. Okay? So this hadith here, as we mentioned it, now let me, the other hadith where okay, the other hadith I'm going to quote is almost the same. In Sunan Abi Dawood, same hadith on the authority of Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, same thing. I just want to read it. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يحل سلف وبيع ولا شرطان في بيع ولا ربح ما لم تضمن ولا بيع ما ليس عندك. It is not allowed loan and sale, two conditions in one trade, and we said this is exactly not having conditions. It is on a single sale. Like I want a box, and the box has to be made from such and such wood, and it has to be assembled in a certain way, and has to be delivered in a certain time, and this and that. This has nothing to do with the prohibition of two sales in one and exception. And the third one, ولا ربح ما لم تضمن, and it's not allowed to profit from the thing that you do not guarantee. What does that mean? For anything, any trade to be halal, profit and loss are based. For anything to be halal, to trade in, to sell, to buy, it has to be subject to profit and loss. It has to be subject to profit and what? And loss. Yeah. Not just, wallahi, I'll take the money, I'll take the profit, but if there is loss, it is your responsibility. This is not allowed in Islam. ولا بيع ما ليس عندك, and it is not allowed to sell what it is not in your position. So far so good, the translation. Now the hadith itself, as we read in Musnad Ahmad and others, it came with different wordings. And pay attention, please pay attention. Again, عن Abdullah bin Amr ibn al-As رضي الله عنهما, with the same chain of narration. قال نهى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن بيعتين في بيعة. Instead of what? ولا شرطان في بيعة. Forbade, Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم forbade two sales in one. وعن بيع وسلف, and Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم forbade sale with loan. وعن ربح ما لم يضمن, and the profit from the thing that you do not guarantee. وعن بيع ما ليس عندك, and to sell what is not in your position. So here, from the other wordings of the hadith, instead of what? No conditions in one sale, it says two sales in one. And this is very common, as we mentioned. Some they call it Bay'u Salam, some they call it Bay'u Salaf. It is the same. The other hadith that we need to share.
One
yes.
question. What does it mean that sale that you cannot guarantee?
Okay, the scale guarantee. Now, the sale which you cannot guarantee. I'm going to explain it. Please pay attention. Someone is going to sell me a product. Good. and this product is not in his possession. He did not buy it yet, and it's not in his possession. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, it is in the position of someone else. And he comes to you and said, well, I am going to sell you those products that are with Ghassan. I am not responsible. You pay the money. If that person does not deliver it to you, or if it is delivered, it has damage or defect, or there is any dispute between you and Ghassan, it is not my responsibility. I do not guarantee it. This is not allowed. Got it?
No.
You got it or not yet?
No, got it. Got it.
Are you sure?
No. So basically, there is a attitude for a seller that Islam is maintaining, that if you're going to sell something, you're going to be held responsible as well.
100%. You have to be, as you are going to profit, you have to be subject to what?
Responsibility.
Loss.
Loss. No, I'm saying.
Good?
No.
Good, inshallah?
No.
Okay. That's why Imam al-Baghawi in Sharh al-Sunnah, he said, you cannot profit from something that you are not subject to losing on that transaction. Yeah, because remember, we have a general rule in the Sharia. It says, كل ما احتمل الخسارة فهو تجارة وما لم يحتمل الخسارة فهو ربا. You want to give it a shot and translate it?
No. If it doesn't carry, whatever carries a loss is a sale. Whatever doesn't carry a loss is riba.
That's good enough, but let me do my smoother translation.
Yeah.
كل ما احتمل الخسارة فهو تجارة.
Yeah.
Every transaction that is subject to loss, it is considered tijara, it's considered trade. And every transaction is not subject to loss, it is riba, it is user. Because riba is the guarantee of the principal plus the interest. Good?
No, no.
Whether I win, whether I lose, whether the bank is destroyed, whether not, you have a saving account, they are responsible for your deposited money in the saving account and the interest you agreed upon. The bank makes money, it does not make money, it goes into flame, whatsoever, it is not your responsibility. صح?
No.
Okay? So this is the general rule. Good? If you want to profit from something, you have to be subject to what?
Loss.
Loss. Good so far?
No. Sheikh Hamid, this would be also a loss per transaction. There won't be a loss. So here's what I'm thinking. I mean, somebody could argue that, so I'm the middleman and I say, I'll sell.
I lost you. The last word I heard, middleman.
No, so let's say I'm the middleman, and I'm doing what this thing that we just spoke about. So if I do a bad job of it, I do take a loss. That the person that on whose behalf I am selling, he takes his business away, right? So there is a loss there. But I think what is meant over here is per transaction.
We are talking per action, and we are talking about investment loss, because you could lend some money on interest, good.
No.
And next day he will file for bankruptcy.
No.
This is not called investment. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was very specific. وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَعَ. Allah allowed trade but not riba. Allah أحل الله البيع وحرم الربا. استغفر الله. Allah allowed trade and forbade usury interest riba. Good.
No.
In the non-Islamic literature, they call everything investment, correct?
No.
Yeah. But in Islam, our investment is very, very specific. It means every transaction that Allah allowed. This is called investment. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not allow, would it be called investment?
No.
Would it be called trade? Allah did not allow selling khanzir, pork, pigs, hogs. And now somebody said, well, I'm going to sell khanzir, this bay'. Would it work?
No.
It will not.
No.
Because for the service, if it's called halal, first thing, the commodity and or the service must be allowed by Islam. If the service and or the commodity is not allowed by Islam, it is not a trade, it is not halal.
No.
Good?
No.
Any other question?
So Sheikh,
about the middleman. He did not finish about the middleman. What you were saying about the middleman.
No, this was it. I mean, I was just saying that the loss has to be transaction, and like you said, investment, I guess. So this wanted to be clear.
Invested. Yes. Yes. Okay. Somebody else was trying to ask a question.
Yeah, Sheikh, just question about the real estate agent. A realtor.
A real estate agent, yes.
Yeah, they're not the ones who are selling the property, but they are part of the transaction process, right? And they, in a way, they kind of say, okay, yes, I have this house for sale, and do the showings and everything, but they themselves do not own the property. So in this case, I'm guessing it doesn't apply because they are acting on behalf of the seller, and it's a different relationship.
It has nothing to do with it. The same thing if a person, he sells for a third party, a commodity here or there, that's fine. It has nothing to do with it. That's why I was hoping to hear from him elaboration on the middleman. The middleman has nothing to do with this. Okay, he's responsible for what kind of contract he has. يعني, in my old days, maybe some of you know, I used to buy franchises for the people in the Middle East. Okay? With me.
Yes.
Like, example, somebody wants to buy a Subway sandwich restaurant. They will come to me, paying their fees, and I will negotiate a deal for them on their behalf. Okay? Specifically, that all the meat sold there must be halal, and all the products sold there must be halal too. Good?
Yes.
And where it's going to be opened and how it's going to be opened. And if they have to come to train here in America, they cannot train in a facility that has pork. Good?
Yes.
Now, I am a middleman. That's why they pay me in advance, whether it worked or not. They say, okay, here is this specific amount. Go ahead and see if you can get us this franchise. And sometimes it works, sometimes it did not work. Once I connect them to each other, I'm out. Correct?
Yes.
Now, the delivery and not the delivery, am I responsible about it?
No.
No, I am just a middleman. Yeah, I join or I connect a buyer with a seller. I'm not part of the investment.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, same thing as a real estate agent as well. A
Real
realtor.
estate agent, people who sells and buy on sites. There is many applications for that.
Yeah.
Sheikh, when would this become haram?
Say it again.
How would it become haram? I mean, so if I was to, just to understand better, if I was to take the same example, what you're doing, somebody is wanting to buy a business, and you're searching for that business, and then you connect the people. At what time would it become haram?
If the service and the product is halal, it is not haram in any way, shape, or form.
But I mean, so if I mean, because even in this case, from a loss perspective, you're not taking a loss, right?
I am not a loss. I am not part of the investment. I'm just a middleman.
Okay.
Yani if you can tell me, go and buy me groceries from the store, here's $10. Am I part of the investment?
No. So basically, essentially, if I was to rephrase what you said, if I was to say that, okay, you are going to, I am the middleman, so I'm buying a franchise for you, and you will give me this, and I will be, you will invest in this money, and or in this business, and I will take part of this investment. Would that be haram?
Okay, let me see what you are talking. First of all, the middleman is not part of the investment. You understand that much.
I think Sheikh, what he's asking is that.
No, I know what he's asking. But first of all, if he is just a middleman, he is out of the investment. Correct?
No, you connected the two people and you took the money for yourself. No.
So if you are just a middleman, you are not part of the investment in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Now you are speculating. The middleman is saying, well, I find you this product on the condition that I'll become a partner with you.
No.
Huh?
No.
That's
partner, or saying that I'll just get some profit from your investment.
That's fine. That's a form of payment. Now you become part of the investment.
No.
Okay, yani, you know this Oshkosh, they call it.
I've heard of it.
Store for the kids. Oshkosh or Oshkosh, what they call it. Forget about it.
No.
This is, I bought it for some people in the Middle East with their money. Okay. And the deal was every time they open a new store, I'll get $10,000. They paid me for the first store. Good.
No.
First, they paid me for my fees. Then they paid me for the first store. Then, if they open second store, how much do I get?
10,000.
Third store,
10,000.
and so on and so forth. Okay.
No.
Now, my question is, am I part of the investment?
Yes, I think you are part of it.
Not. No, I am not. How I am partner? I'm not partner in any way, shape, or form. I'm still collecting my fees.
Okay.
Get it?
No. So when
I'm
would
not
you?
telling him I'm going to become a partner
No.
Yeah.
No.
But some people, they say, well, I'm going to look this for you, but my payment has to be, I have to be 10% partner, 1% partner, 50% partner. That is fine, depends on the agreement. Now you become part of the investment.
So how would you distinguish that you're a partner or not? Because you have the say in the functioning of
You have to have the say, and you have to have the ownership.
No.
Get it?
No.
And
Ownership, then you're taking loss.
The say is not as important, because you can be a passive investor. Correct?
No.
Silent partner.
No. So the say in the organization is not as important, because you could be passive investor, but investment, from an investment perspective, you are taking a loss. If you became an investor, you're taking a loss and also more profit, as opposed to just taking a solid fee.
You are talking. Yes. You share in both the profit and the loss.
No. Okay. So now, at what point can I make it haram? I mean, what can I do in this? So I'm the middleman. Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, it's you.
I'm the middleman. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm getting a business for you. What can I do that would make that haram?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You're a middleman.
So when we spoke about
as long as the commodity and or the service is halal, and you do not cheat, you do not lie, you do not promise the heavens and the earth and all this nonsense, then nothing is haram.
No, but Sheikh, I mean, we started from guaranteed, right? How do you guarantee a sale, right? So
the middleman does not guarantee anything.
Yeah.
The middleman is not an owner of anything.
So from when we said that it's a sale that you cannot guarantee is haram, what would that mean? When would that become true?
Sale of the thing you cannot guarantee, as I said. One more time. Now you are a seller. Okay?
Yeah.
You are not a middleman. You are not connecting me with another person. You are a seller.
Right.
And you are selling me a commodity with Ahmed. Yeah. Say, look, I am selling you this commodity. It is not with me. It's not in my position. It is in the position of Ahmed Abdul Khaliq.
Yeah.
It is in his stores. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, we'll sign the contract. You sold me all whatever in his stores.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And it says, if the product is damaged, if he does not deliver it to you, if it is not what you ordered, it's whatsoever, I have no responsibility. You have to fight it with him.
I see.
Get it, Habibi?
No.
Yeah?
No.
And believe it or not, this kind of transaction is still in existence. Big deal. Yeah, and I'm going to give you an example. We know some people, yeah, and I was riding with somebody, and I went with him to the cars auction, and he bought the car on in the auction. Yeah. And the car was not delivered to him, and was not moved to him, and the papers were not signed, as you say. They have an account with the auction, and just yours. And while we are going back, he started working his phone. And he called a person and said, I bought such and such car. Do you want me to sell it to you? He said, yes, I buy it. Then the same person, while they are in the phone, called a third person. Yeah? And the third person said, yes, I'll buy it. Okay? And the third person now is going to have the responsibility all from who, you think?
From the auction.
Actually, no, from the first buyer.
No.
Let's give him a name, George.
No.
George bought it on the auction.
No.
And once he said yes, we left because he has an account with them. Then we were leaving. And while we are in the car on the highway, he called a second person. And he said, I just bought such and such car. Do you want it? Said, yes, I bought it from you. And they agreed on certain amount. On the phone, same time, they did not even hang up. The second person, it's called, give him the name James.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
He called the third person, said, well, I have this car. Yeah?
No.
Want it? He said, of course, yes. They agreed on a price. He said, okay, this is the contact number, the contact so-and-so, contact George.
Yeah.
So all the responsibility now, it's not on James, it's not in the third party, all the responsibility stays with who?
The first person, James, I think his name is George.
George, first person, George.
George, no.
Got it?
No.
It's not allowed.
No. No.
Are we sure?
No, I'm sure.
Okay. Quickly, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen. Farhan and Uthman, everything, everybody is on the same page?
I'm a little lost, Sheikh.
Okay, where you lost?
I guess a question about the responsibility of the agent. The way I understood your point, where if you have no ownership in it, then you have no responsibility. All you're doing is bringing the parties together, and that's
yes,
it.
Your time.
I guess the other side is that at what point, the question I was being asked, at what point does it become potentially haram for the agent? So in my mind,
no,
I was thinking,
don't use the word agent. Don't.
okay.
For agent never become haram.
Okay, then for realtors or for real estate agents, typically the buyer is using mortgage, is taking a loan, let's say conventional bank loan, and he is part of the process, meeting the buyer and seller together. So isn't that you as an agent, a realtor, let's say I would know that this person is going to bring in conventional banks money to purchase the home. So do I have any responsibility in that case?
No, no, I'm not talking now Islamically 100%, Habib, because Islamically, as we mentioned, the service has to be halal and the product has to be halal. The Muslim cannot be part in obtaining a haram loan in any way, shape, or form. Good. That's why I almost get this is not every week, but very, very frequent. Can a Muslim man who cares about halal and haram be a real estate agent? And my answer is yes, as long as he is not part in any way, shape, or form, direct or indirect, explicit or implicit, in obtaining the loan. Okay?
Okay.
If he is not part of it, and two partners, there is a seller and buyer, and none of them is a Muslim, and he does that, there is no haram. No haram, no prohibition there.
Okay.
Okay? يعني a person comes to me and said, well, I want you to find me a house.
Yes.
Am I allowed to find him a house or not?
You are.
Did I do anything haram?
No.
Now, let's assume this person, I tell him, okay, if I find you the house, and if you buy it, I'm going to take from you $10. Am I doing halal or haram?
It's halal.
Halal. Okay. Now, if I tell him, okay, I'm not going to take any money from you, but I'm going to take from the seller $10. Halal or haram?
Halal.
Halal. As long as I do it in this fashion, I am, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen, free of all haram.
Okay.
Good so far?
Yes.
So I am not involved in obtaining the loan in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
That's why, unfortunately, very sad that some Muslims, they are the going person between the bank and the buyers. يعني I see some Muslims and those in the board of the masjid and in this position of this and that, and they sell used cars. Good.
Yes.
Although they claim they do it the halal way, and they know the interest is 0%, but you will find a big sign on their gate. Do you know what the sign says?
Pre-approved.
No, that's very fine. No,
Yeah.
but a sign that is, it's a sign for a bank, a financial firm, says that we can guarantee you the loan from such and such firm, or such and such organization, or such and such bank, and they have the name of the bank.
Yeah, like they say that, yeah, we are not part of the process, but they're the ones who connect that individual to that financial institution to get the loan.
Yeah, and somebody says, I do not drink khamr, but I tell the people where to go and buy it. Is this halal or haram?
It's haram.
Same. It's a big sign. It's not like I'm spying on this person. He is where I stop my car to turn to Walmart, and this sign is as big as my desk here. Okay, got it?
Yes.
And my desk is what? 4 by 3 feet. Actually 4.5 and 3 feet. Good?
Yes.
This will make it, even if he is selling water, would it be halal or haram?
Haram.
Haram. Good?
Yes. So Sheikh,
Yes.
let's say the middleman has to sign documents that indicate, let's say the non-Muslim, the buyer, he's going to get money from this X bank as loan. And he has to sign it because he's part of the agreement process. Is that okay then?
No, what kind of signature?
That he's the heir, or that he's just the agent for that person, the middleman.
I'm going to not answer this question until I see what he signs.
Okay, fair
because
enough.
the signature could be he is just signing the sale. Good?
Okay. Yes.
And this is fine. But if he is signing as witnessing the loan, it is not halal.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm not sure how it's done. Like when you buy a property through an agent, like on the deed when you're signing it, does it say, okay, this person was going to pay less than $100,000 from X financial institution? So I don't know.
Yeah,
I have to take a look at it.
I have to look at it. I cannot say because I in my lifetime I dealt with these real estate agents. Okay, some of them are involved in obtaining the loan and witnessing the loan. This is not allowed.
Yes.
And some of them, they just sign the papers that this person is going to buy this house and this person is going to sell this house.
Yes.
That is fine.
Yeah.
But before I see what they are signing, I cannot be of a help.
Yeah, I understand. I agree. And I guess the follow-up question is, we specified the non-Muslim buyer and seller. In this case, if you know that the parties are a Muslim and there is some haram, like let's say conventional bank loan being taken for the thing, we cannot be part of this. We cannot be the middleman in this scenario, correct?
Correct. 100%. That's why in my old days, when I used to have my own business before everything went out, I used to have a disclaimer. Yeah, I used to say, I cannot take any case unless it is Sharia compliant. And I am Ghassan Yusuf Saleh Mustafa Abdul Fattah Al-Barqawi is the only one who decides if it's compliant or not.
Yes.
Fair enough?
Yes, that's the way to do it.
Yes. Good?
Yes.
Right. Let me, is it okay, Minhaj, to take a few more minutes just to finish the next hadith?
Okay.
Okay. So here, shartan fi bay', we know from the same exact text in many hadith that it says no prohibition of two sales in one. So shartan here, it means two sales, two conditions, means two sales in one. Good? The second one, do not sell what is not in your possession. It doesn't mean bay'u al-salam or bay'u al-salaf in any way, shape, or form. Here, do not sell what is not in your possession. It is, you do not sell what you do not own. And we explained it in the past, and one more time. Yani, you come and say, okay, you see this house? Say yes. Do you want to buy it? Yes. I'm willing to sell it to you. Do you own it? No. Are you an agent for the owner of the house? No. But if you pay me such and such, I'll pay it to you. Now give me the money and I'll sell it for you. Sell it to you. Good? This is not allowed. You cannot sell anything unless you own it. You cannot sell other people's belongings without being what authorized to sell on their behalf. Good so far?
Sheikh, I'll ask a question over here, if you don't mind.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is, I think you talked about this, drop shipping. So let's say I open an Amazon account and I'm selling some products over there. I do not manufacture the products. All I do, I place the order, let's say in China, and I give it, right? In some cases, is it okay whereby I am selling the product without having it at hand? Once I get the order, at that point, I place the order to, let's say, the China folks or whoever make it. And then I ask them to ship it direct to that individual.
That is fine, as long as we mentioned, the price is paid in full. and all the specifics, including the frame, the time frame of the delivery is agreed upon.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Yes.
And this is, we miss it in Amazon or other than Amazon, you pay them the money in advance, and they see the picture and they give you the dimensions or the weight or the color or everything in details. Okay. And of course, if they do not match these details, they tell you can refund it, you can bring it back, you can whatever these things. This is absolutely halal, don't worry about it.
Okay, so if I go with that logic, then I can sell anything under the sun as long as I have the ability. Well, I can sell anything as long as they give me payment in full and I'm very specific. Okay, this is what you'll get.
100%. That's why I sent you the paper to read it.
Okay, thank you.
Good?
Yes, Jazakallah khair.
Allah yabarak. But quickly, let me cover this hadith. So inshallah, we can move on to some other subjects. Not your questions, you can ask any questions. Same hadith here. We're still talking about the hadith of the same chain of narrations of hadith Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أرسل عتاب ابن أسيد إلى أهل مكة. And this is very important. When you say to أهل Mecca, that means this happened in the latter days of the life of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. أن أبلغهم عني أربع خصال. Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As radiyallahu anhu said what? That Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam sent Atab ibn Usayd to the people of Mecca. That means after the conquest of Mecca. And he told them, inform them on my behalf about four issues. About four issues. أن لا يصلح شرطان في بيع. That it is not proper to have two conditions in one sale. ولا بيع وسلف, nor sale and loan. And here ولا بيع ما لا يملك, nor the sale of what a person does not own. ولا ربح ما لا يضمن, nor the profit from the thing that the person does not guarantee. Good? Good, inshallah? So,
yes.
When it says, do not sell what you do not have, we are not talking about Bay'u Salam. We are talking about the thing that you do not own.
Yeah.
Okay? If you own it, you can sell it. You do not own it, you cannot sell it. Because we are talking about what? Specific item, not a specific kind. Good, inshallah?
Okay. So what you're saying is that in the second scenario, again, specific, like you said, specific house, specific car, this house is the scenario. And by salaf and by salam, it's more to do with, you don't have to be the one to make it and manufacture it or even have possession of it, as long as, I guess, you have the ability to kind of acquire it.
Correct.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And then you,
of course, go, as we said, this pen, you said, I want to buy this pen from you.
Yeah.
If I want to buy this pen from you, you have to own it. You have to be able to deliver it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you are what? Asking for a particular thing. This thing, this very thing.
Yes.
Not a similar pen of the same descriptions. You are talking about this one. So Bay As-Salam said, well, I want to buy 1,000,000 bushels of rice of such and such kind, such and such quality. That's fine.
Yeah.
Good?
Yes.
Allah yabarak. Are we done now?
Yes.
Is Minhaj still there or he left?
No, I'm here, Sheikh. Exactly.
Okay. Any other question before we conclude and move to our other class?
Sheikh, you mentioned in the beginning early on that people get this hadith confused. And is that because of the translation issue, or just is the
No,
even the Arab?
because they do not collect all the versions of the hadith. It is the same hadith. Sometimes the Sahabi, see what I say in my note, فدل هذا على أن اللفظين بمعنى واحد. رواه بعض الرواة عن عمرو بن شعيب بهذا اللفظ وبعضهم بهذا اللفظ. Says this indicate that both phrases are of the same meaning, but some of the reporters from Amr ibn Shu'ayb, from Abdullah, from Amr ibn Shu'ayb, because it's from Amr ibn Shu'ayb, from his father, from his grandfather, reported from him with a certain phrase, and the other reported from him with a different phrase, but both were talking about the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, يعني this even in the Quran, you will find the same story is represented in different phrasing. Good?
Yes.
So that is fine. But when people just read it by said, he forbade shartan fi bay', two conditions. The first thing they come to them, what is condition? What is shart? Condition. Okay? He forbade, do not sell what is not in your position. ليس عندك. عندك, it has the two meanings. عندك, that means I own it. يعني you said to ask me, عندك سيارة? I said yes. عندك سيارة, it could be understood that I have a car, but there is a possibility it's a rental car, or I borrowed the car from someone, correct?
Yes.
And it means also that what? I own it. And the Arabs in general say what? عندك, it means what? You own it. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said what? وَمَا عِنْدَكُمْ يَنْفَذْ وَمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ بَاقٍ. And what is with you will be depleted, but what is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will last forever. Good?
Yes.
إِنَّ يَوْمًا عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ. But some people, they just understand it عندك, especially if they are not fluent in the language of the Quran. Pay attention, not Arabic, I said, the language of the Quran and the Sunnah. Good?
Yes. Jazakallah khair.
Allah yabarak. Any other question before we get in trouble with somebody?
Very good, Sheikh. Exactly.
We are fine?
Yes.
Everybody fine? Including our guest, fine?
Yes, جزاك الله خير.
Okay. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
وعليكم السلام.